What's good, y'all? So today for practice, you will need a few props. I like to have a strap here. I've got a couple blocks. I've got this blanket and I'm sitting on a bolster. May at some point use one of those props. If you want to go ahead and grab your props now before we get into things, you can go do that. But otherwise, let's go ahead and get into the flow. So we're going to start out in corpse pose. Just take your time getting there. I feel like this is one of those postures that, because it is such a common shape to make in life, like to lay down, you just kind of, I think we underthink it sometimes. You just say like, oh, I know how to lay down, it's no big deal. But instead of moving quickly, let's move slowly and move with intention. We're starting the journey. And there are pitfalls ahead, and there is excitement ahead, and there's space for all of it. So you come to lay on your back, and you can bring your arms into any shape that makes sense to you. That might mean bringing the elbows to bend so that you've got kind of cactus arms going on. You might spread the arms out wide. You might bring a hand on top of your heart or onto your belly. Maybe both on your heart or both on your belly. All shapes are correct. So you don't need to think about whether or not you're doing it right or good. You can know that just by being, everything is where it needs to be. And when you're ready, your eyes can just drift closed. You're letting yourself mellow and giving yourself permission to arrive. I always think the arrival is the hardest part. It's hard to step away from where we've been, or hard to stop thinking about where you're going. None of that matters right now. You have been somewhere. You will go somewhere. Right now, you're here. And what does that mean? For you to be here, to arrive. At the beginning of your journey. Every day is the beginning of a new journey. Every moment, really. When you start a new journey, you never know what's coming. You never know who you'll need to be. Or what will be asked of you. But you can arrive with playfulness. You can arrive with joy. And as long as you're able to find joy in your journey, then everything is where it needs to be. When you're ready, keeping your eyes closed and your body heavy and relaxed on the earth, inhale your arms up overhead, and with your right hand, take your left wrist. If you'd like, you can draw your legs together. And we're going to stretch with the left arm over to the right. And you're doing this on the ground. And it can be as sloppy as you would like it to be. So I always find that like the first breath or two of a posture is kind of like, okay, I'm here, I did it. And so once you reach that place, when you get that gold star on your head, you did a good job, you're on your journey, you're on your way, relax. And then start to let it get sloppy. You can stick your left hip out a little bit more. You start to roll your body to the side a little more. Kind of peering up underneath your left armpit. My teacher, our yoga creative, Alexis Corin, calls this posture Bananasana. It's like you're making a banana on the ground. You can let your gut open up here. You're letting your heart spiral up and open. And then when you're ready, come back through center. You just take your time. Take your time, take your time. And then just reverse that. It's left hand, right wrist. You make that connection point and then just gently draw the right arm over to the left. And you see the banana starts to come from there, but you can make it even more extreme by poking that right hip out to the side just a touch. And it's not like a huge movement. When I say poking your hip out, I mean like your ankle is kind of going to lift up off the ground, but your hip might barely move. It's all in the energy. It doesn't necessarily need to be so precise or exact or anything like that. You're stretching, you're just seeing what's going on in that side of your body. There might not be much going on, but if you're human, there might be a lot going on. There might be a lot of creaking, a lot of aching. It might feel generally mostly like shit, and that's okay. Sometimes life is shit. Sometimes it's literally shit, like literally picking up shit. Sometimes it just sucks. And that's a part of the journey. That's the wisdom. It's what the fool learns through every stage in life, learning that even in the shit, there's a stretch. And then when you're ready, come back through center. Just take your time, take your time. And then from here, we're just going to transform. I was thinking like Transformers. We're going to transform her into a reclining twist. So I have a blanket down here that I'm just going to scooch a little bit closer to me. And then from here, draw the knees in towards your chest. And you can drop them to the left, to the right, whatever feels natural and organic to you. But the trick here is that as you drop the knees over, this is totally an Alexis thing and I'm obsessed with this. You take a blanket or a bolster or blocks and you slide it up underneath your knees. Just give yourself a little extra cushion. It's really nice. And You can bring the arms out like a T and then gaze in the direction of your left fingertips. Just relax. And you might decide that you want to move that prop from underneath, or the prop might give you some space to just notice some things in your body. And I think when you got a fat belly, that sometimes it'll get caught in your thigh creases. And so this is a good moment with the heart spiraling open, the chest open, the gaze coming over to the left fingertips. It's a good point to just pick up your belly out of those tight spots. Just move it around, make it comfortable, make sure it can breathe. And then when you're ready, draw the knees back up through center. Just take your time. Move your prop as you're ready and drop over to the other side. So you don't need to rush into the postures ever for any reason. Literally, like, you could spend the entire time that I am talking about this posture just getting into it. Like, you don't need to rush the shape or anything. As long as you're listening to your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And that breath can come in and out through your nose or in and out through your mouth or whatever your sinuses are allowing today. You should make those little micro adjustments. There's a nice thing too with the shoulders. If you can kind of scoot that left shoulder meat out of the way, you can come up onto your elbow, kind of scooch it out, and then open up even more. And your breasts or chest meat or whatever's going on up top, you may want to just gently press that flesh away. On the topic of things getting caught places, fat neck plus fat titties means no breathing. So you just smooth it out. And all will be well. Now when you're ready, draw the knees back up through center. Take your time with it. We're going to rock up to seated. So just let it happen as you're ready. It'll happen organically. You can come to sit. We're going to come into your version of Firelog pose. Firelog is like low-key kind of hard. So what may feel good is what we call easy pose with the legs crossed here. But if it feels accessible, you can bring your right foot on top of your left knee, right knee on top of your left foot. Just stack that up, see what's going on. Sometimes I like to interlace my fingers on in between my toes just to line up this posture. And then from whatever shape makes the most sense for you. And if you're in this shape, you might want a little cushion in between the knee and the foot. So you can fill that in with a blanket or a block. I like this kind of weird shape block. It's nice. That's real good. Now let's do a little bit of wrist preparation, because a lot of the postures that we're going to practice, not just in this class about the Fool, but in all the classes in the major arcana, we're going to do a lot on our wrists. So we practice that by bringing the palm out in front of you, and you can let your hand come up to the sky for now. But then I'm doing it starting on the right hand. Take your left hand, bring it across the top of your fingers, and just gently draw the fingers down toward the earth and pull the heart forward. Breathing. The breath will tell you where you need to be. It'll tell you when it's bullshit. It'll tell you when you got it. Drawing the heart forward. And then let that go. And now this time bring the palm to face forward. Bring your thumb inside of your palm. Cross the left fingers over, right over the top, and just gently draw the fingertips down. So we spend so much time on our devices, playing, doing so much. I always think of it as like trying to pretend to be a robot. We spend so much time on our devices that our wrists really take a beating. And especially now, it's so important to do this kind of warm up regularly. Just hold that for a few breaths. This is a great thing to do like when you're literally at your desk. And then when you're ready, you shake that out, pop it out, and then let's switch legs. So if you're in easy pose, like if you had one shin in front of the other, just switch it up. But if you're in Firelog, stick your left leg on top of the right, left shin on top of right, left foot on top of right knee, interlace the fingers and the toes. Settle yourself. Find any kind of block that you need between the knee and the foot. You might also like to sit up on a bolster or on a blanket. Just find yourself settled up, and then let's go to the other hand. So the left hand comes out in front. Take your right hand on top and just gently draw the fingertips down. And there's this thing that happens where you start to draw down and you're like, oh, fuck, okay, this is the most, this sucks a lot. And so from that place, really shine your heart forward. Find that vulnerability, that space where it's tender and you're scared. But this is really what the Fool asks us to do, is to lean into that vulnerability. There's this, I always think of myself as the Fool, and on the Fool card, I even Baby Shark, my Chihuahua, is like the dog that's on the Fool card. And the Fool is so fearless in life that he runs to the edge of the cliff, and the little dog holds him back. And so know that there is a part of your spirit that will protect you, but from that vulnerability, shine forth. And then when you're ready, let's go to the other side. So this time it's like, stop right now. Thank you very much. Okay, whatever. No Spice Girls fans. Anyway, okay, so left thumb comes into the palm. Fold the fingers on top and just gently draw the fingers down to the earth. Breathe. Draw your heart forward. Be brave. And then when you're ready, let that go. Let it go, let it go. And then from here, we're going to set up for staff pose. And staff pose is a recurring theme in all of the classes in the Underbelly's Major Arcana. The staff is a symbol of power and a symbol of stability and strength. It's the thing that guides us forward and out. I'm going to use a blanket here to sit on. You might like to use a bolster or a block. This is just my personal medicine. But you sit so that your hips or your pelvis are on the edge of whatever prop you like. And then bring the legs out in front. Toes facing up to the sky. I'm going to pick up my belly and just settle it in between my thighs so the legs separate as much as they need to. Toes to sky, hands to the ground. Shine the heart up and forward. And the hands right here by the hips. You're standing into the stability here. Breathing. Extending up through the crown of the head. So really letting the limbs root, like the belly of your hamstring melting into the earth, the soles of your feet shooting forward, the heart shining forward, the crown of the head to the sky. And then when you're ready from staff pose, we're going to transition. So we're going to bring the knees in toward your body and then bring your left foot so that it's on top of your right knee. I'm actually going to turn so that you can really check this out. If you'd like, you can stay seated with your hips on your blanket or on your bolster or whatever. But the left foot is going to stack right here on the right knee or right thigh general region. The right foot is going to kick back behind you to be by your right hip. Pick up the belly, pick up my belly, put it where I want it, right on tops of the thighs, in between the thighs, just put it where it feels good. And then bring your right hand onto your left knee and just gently twist the spine open. And this is a place too where if this external rotation is a lot on the knee, you might take a blanket or a block. Let me just show. You might tuck something under there. This can be the most. But like, come into the twist, drawing the heart open, really peeling yourself open. It's all about that vulnerability. In order to go on the journey, we must be brave. Anytime you've started something new in your life, anytime that there's been like a big decision to make, a new quest, there's fear. And that's natural. It's good. But you respond to the fear with your vulnerability, sensitivity. And then when you're ready, let's switch that up. Bring the knees back through center. So the right foot comes onto the left knee. Left foot kicks back behind you next to your hip. Settle your belly. Left hand to right knee. Right hand comes behind you. Twist. Gently, so you're gently pressing the hand into that right knee. And you're gazing over the right shoulder. But the twist is really coming like from your sacral region. It's coming from the very pit of you. So as opposed to just trying to look over your shoulder, really twist from the inside as deep down, as far down as you can go. And then as it rises through your body, gaze over your shoulder. One more breath like this. And then come back through center. Take your time. And then from here, we're going to rock forward onto hands and knees and come into cat-cow pose. And if you'd like, if it feels better to practice things not on your knees, feel free to practice cat pose and cow pose sitting on your butt. You can bring your hands onto your knees and draw the chest forward and then curl the chest back. And if it's a lot on your knees, but you want to be on your knees, take a blanket, slide it up underneath. We have these really cool jelly pads in the UB shop. You can use those too. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. Shake that out. See what's going on. And then on your inhale, drop the belly down. Drop the heart down. Let your gaze come up. Look up. Draw your shoulder blades down your spine. Exhale. Curl the back. Round the shoulders. Shake out the head and the neck. Let that go. Inhale. Drop the belly down. Drop the heart down. Let the gaze come up. You look up. Exhale, curl the spine, round the back, shake it out. One more just like that. Inhale, drop the belly down, drop the heart down, let the gaze come up, you look up. Exhale, curl the spine, round the back, shake out the head and the neck. Come on down. You're going to keep your arms straight. Extend your legs out behind you. Come on down, let your pelvis come down to your belly. Now, you got your hands are like tit height. They're like underneath your shoulders. It varies for everybody, I think, exactly where you want them. The tops of your feet are pressing down. Traditionally, the feet come together. I think it's nice to leave a little bit of space between your feet. But the pelvis is heavy. Press into your hands. You spread wide through your fingers. You're really extending through your nose. Really almost like you're looking down the bridge of your nose. Extending the shoulders and the ears away from each other. And then on your next inhale, draw the chest up and open, curl the heart open. The elbows are tucked in tight toward your body. We're coming into a cobra pose. You're pressing into your fingertips. The pelvis is heavy. And you can kind of walk it out in your hips so that you're walking your heart up and forward. The gaze starts to lift up. If you want, you can start to like really get into straightening the arms, but it's nice to kind of check it out with the elbows bent and the elbows tucked in tight toward the body, just to see how much naturally your body wants the heart to open before you straighten your arms. Breathing. The whole time breathing. The whole point of this posture is to breathe. The whole point of every posture is to breathe. Take one more big breath here, just like this. And then come down to your forearms. So bring your elbows where your hands were. Coming onto your forearms, coming into Sphinx pose. And then find your strap. Bring your strap in close. Now, so much in life is a circle. And so in these sequences, we're going to practice a lot of circular postures. And this first one is a half bow pose. And I have to tell you, bow pose was my fucking nightmare for years. I hated this posture so much. The strap helps a lot. So even if you don't have a strap, like legit a sock could be helpful. Your bathrobe tie could help, a belt. Getting anything just so that you can grab your foot, it'll make all the difference. But you take your strap, put it around. I'm keeping my right arm in Sphinx pose, but I'm reaching back with my left hand for my left foot. And the thing is, traditionally, legit, if it feels good, grab for your left hand, left foot connection. You're reaching to the outside of the foot. This is perfect. This is beautiful. This is not for everybody. If it feels good, get your strap, strap it up, breathing. Find that connection here. Kicking the foot back into the strap. It's this equal action of kicking the foot into the strap, but also drawing the strap in toward your body. Now here, let's practice a little lion's breath. And Alexis points out that this is linking the 3rd, 4th, and 5th chakras. So it's like, oh man, I believe that's solar plexus, throat, and 3rd eye chakra. Is that right? I think I might have gotten one wrong. Anyway, point is, it's linking your chakras. So you're drawing this leg in toward the body, drawing the heart forward and open, the throat open, the gaze forward, and then inhale big through your nose, and then exhale out of your mouth, let it go, and let your face go too. Stick your tongue out. Let your eyes cross. Let's do it again, just like that. Inhale, big through your nose. And then let it out through your mouth. It literally allows your body to open more. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then switch it up. It's nice. I like to shimmy the hips out, rock them on the ground. You're just seeing what's going on. There's nothing wrong, nothing bad, everything good. You see what's going on. Now this time, so again, it's nice to have that arm that's on the ground in a Sphinx pose. Reach back with your strap or your hand or some combination of both, and wrap that strap around the foot. Breathing helps. Yeah, so go ahead and get your grip with the strap or with the hand on the foot. Kick the foot back into the strap or into the hand. See what's going on, and then go for your lion's breath. So again, the lion's breath is inhaling deep through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth, but go wild with it. Exhale, let your tongue come out, let your eyes cross together. Look like a lion. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, man. And then drop that down, let that go. Let it hang loose. And then bring your hands onto the mat. You can make two fists. You can bring your palms down on top of each other. But just rest your head down. Let your shoulders relax. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll onto your back. So just take your time getting there. Find your way onto your back and grab a block. Have that handy. All right. So I got my block to my side. Bring the feet to the ground and let the knees point up. And straight up, honestly, this might be more than enough. You might feel really good right here. If you'd like, if you're feeling so inclined, press into the feet. And I'm going to make one more adjustment. Pick up the back of your head. Let the head come down to the earth. And bring the hands to the tops of your cleavage. And just gently press that flesh down and away. Now, press into the feet. Use that press into the feet to start to lift the pelvis. And then underneath the sacrum, that triangle right at the base of your spine, stick your block. And it can be at the medium height, the tall height, the low height, whatever feels good and natural to you. You're rotating the thighs toward one another for stability. And the shoulders, the chest is lifting up. The shoulders are on the earth. The chin is moving away from the chest. And the hands, the arms are down by the sides of your body. One more breath like this. And then when you're ready, lift the hips up. Move the block out of the way. Lie down on your back. But keep the block handy. And I have another block around as well. So now from here, we're going to come into fish pose, but with a little support. So I'm going to take my first block, and I'm going to slide it up underneath my shoulders. And I'm going to extend my legs towards straight. I say towards straight, like in the general direction of straight. And this block is coming in between the shoulder blades. It can go at the long way. It can go at the wide way. It's whatever makes the most sense for you. But it's on your shoulders, under your shoulders, so that your head still comes down to the earth. And the head, you're going to come onto the top of your head here. And then extend the legs out straight. Now that other block is nice if you want to slide the block up underneath your head. But you can bring the arms down to the ground, pushing the ground away a little. It's very, very vulnerable to be here with the throat wide open like this. It's very vulnerable. We don't generally like to do it. It's also very powerful. There's so much power in vulnerability. And letting it all be there. We're really at our most powerful when we begin a journey, before we've decided who we can be, what we're allowed to see and do. But this is an energy that we can carry and practice and manifest. When you're ready, slide your props out of the way. Come to lie on your back for our final rest in corpse pose. Shavasana. With your heart open, your chakras aligned, being present to all that's here when you are allowed to be, when you are allowed to arrive. When you're ready, draw your knees into your chest. Take your time getting there. You can drop your knees over to either side, whichever feels natural. And then just with your eyes closed, find your way up to a seated position. Mm. Mm. Bring one hand over your heart, bring the other hand across on top. Drop your gaze down, bow your gaze, and bow to the light that lives inside of you. With your eyes closed, really honor this spirit, the freedom, the wisdom, the lessons you have learned. Everything is where you need it to be. All of your tools are at your disposal. Take a deep inhale through the nose and then exhale through your mouth. You let the gaze come up. And then you blink your eyes open. Namaste. The light in me sees and honors the light in you, and the darkness in me sees and honors the darkness in you. Best of luck on your journey. I'll see you next time.